So you finally buy your dream home. Fresh paint, new kitchen, open floor plan. You move in, start unpacking. Life feels good until a knock at the door comes. Or worse, a letter in the mail. That's when you find out your dream home is actually illegal and now you owe thousands in fine. Unbelievable, right? But it's happening right here in South Florida and it could happen to you. All right, let's talk about this because it's one of the most overlooked nightmares in real estate unpermitted renovations. Today, I'm going to walk you through real stories of buyers who thought they were getting their forever home, but ended up facing $20,000 to $40,000 in fines. And don't worry, I'm not here to scare you. I'm just going to show you exactly what to look out for so you can protect yourself, so you don't fall into the same trap. So, whether you're a homeowner, a buyer, a seller, or you're just curious about this crazy market, you need to hear this. Let me share two stories that I saw recently. They will show how quickly a dream home can turn into a nightmare. Let's watch.
For Thomas Passett when he found this property on 67th Street in Miami in 2023. But after moving in, what was love quickly turned to confusion.
And 2 months later, they knock on my door, inspector from building department, and they told me that my house is under violation.
Thomas bought a property in Miami. It looked perfect. But 2 months after moving in, inspectors knocked on his door saying his home had violations. Turns out the house had renovations with no permits. Plumbing, electrical, even the roof. And Thomas wasn't the only one. His story might sound extreme, but another Miami buyer had the exact same experience.
Ramona Garcia says she had a similar experience after she bought this home on Northwest 22nd Court in Miami in 2022.
It has enough rooms for everybody. It has the space that we need for the home office.
Within months of moving in, she says a letter from the county's building department arrived.
When we first got it, I thought it was a mistake.
But it wasn't a mistake. Both Ramona and Thomas's homes are in violation with the county or city building departments because the homes were renovated without permits. Plumbing, electrical work, window installation, roofing, and indoor renovations all done without permits.
He now had to spend nearly $20,000 just to fix things and reopen permits.
Thomas says he spent close to $20,000 hiring new contractors to open new permits to get the home in compliance with the city's building code. And Ramona,
her price tag was even higher.
We owe the zoning department, we owe the water and sewer department, unsafe structures department has fines on us.
She says she's racked up close to $40,000 in fines owed to the county.
Ramona bought her home thinking she finally had the space her family needed. But within months, she got a letter from the county saying her home had multiple violations. She's now racked up nearly $40,000 in fines. Can you imagine? You save, you sacrifice, you put your faith into buying a home, only to get blindsided like that. Both of these families admitted they had no clue. They saw newly renovated and assumed it was done right, and no one told them otherwise. Okay, so what went wrong here? Because you're probably wondering, don't inspection and title searches catches this stuff? A home inspection will check the condition of the property, not the paperwork behind it. A title search will check for liens and ownership issues, but it does not always check for unpermitted work. And the seller disclosure, believe it or not, in Florida, it's not required. Yep, the seller doesn't have to legally tell you everything. So what can you do? All right, so here's where you take notes. If you're buying or selling, here's how you can protect yourself so you don't get stuck in a messy situation. Now, if you're buying, ask for a seller disclosure. Even though it's not required, you can still request one. This is basically the seller saying, here's what I know about the house and here's what was done. Add a contingency to your contract. Put it in writing. If unpermitted work shows up, you can walk away. And do your own permit search. I know it sounds boring, but it's very important. If you see a new kitchen, a new bath, a new roof, check the county's website. Was a permit pulled? Did it pass inspection? Was it closed out? This takes about 2 to 5 minutes online and it could end up saving you tens of thousands of dollars. Hire a realtor who knows the area. Now here's the thing, not all agents are created equal. Some just want to close the deal, but the right agent will protect you. If you see something that feels off about the renovation, maybe the bathroom looks really new for the age of the house, ask your agent questions. A good agent will not brush you off. They will dig deeper and help you find the answers. And don't stop there. Ask ask your realtor to line up a home inspector who can look beyond the surface. Now, a solid inspector can flag signs of unpermitted work. Now, they won't be able to confirm if it is unpermitted on paper, but they can at least tell you if something doesn't add up. Even if you're just being cautious, it's better to know now than to get stuck paying thousands later. It's kind of like buying a used car. You wouldn't just look at the shiny paint job. You would want to check under the hood first, right? Same with a house. That brand new kitchen might look move-in ready, but if it's hiding unpermitted electrical work, you're the one who will end up paying the price. Now, let me flip this around for a second. If you're selling your home and you did renovations, be upfront. Because trust me, when these violations come out later, not only can it ruin the sale, but it can also follow you legally. A buyer who feels misled can come back for damages. But if you're already in the middle of this and you bought a home, you've already moved in and suddenly inspectors are at your door. Or maybe you're a seller who realized something wasn't permitted. What do you do next? Listen carefully. For buyers, first, contact your county or city building department. Find out exactly which violations exist and the steps you need to fix them. Second, you can talk to a real estate attorney. Sometimes you can go back to the seller if they did not disclose something. And depending on the situation, you may be able to pursue compensation. Third, start lining up contractors to reopen and close out those permits the right way. Yes, it's frustrating and can be expensive, but it does protect your safety and your investments. Review your title insurance policies. Sometimes it may cover certain undisclosed issues. Document everything. Violation letters, county notices, emails with contractors. Keep a paper trail. And if the fines keep piling up, ask about payment plans. Many counties will work with homeowners who are actively correcting the issue. For my sellers, if you forgot to disclose or honestly did not realize that work required a permit, don't panic. The best thing you can do is get ahead of it. Contact your local building department and see what can be done to correct it before a buyer discovers it. Next, consult with your realtor or contact a real estate attorney. They can walk you through what legally needs to be disclosed and how to handle potential liabilities. And here's the truth. Fixing issues now, even if it costs you upfront, almost always saves you in the long run. A property with cleared permits and no violations is almost always more attractive to buyers. And remember, disclosure is actually your protection. When you're honest, you remove the chances of a buyer coming back later claiming that you hid something. Transparency may feel uncomfortable in the moment, but it keeps you safe and builds trust. For a lot of homeowners, it goes like this. You move in, get settled, and it starts to feel like everything's good. And suddenly it feels like the rug just got pulled from under you. It makes me think of Proverbs 24 verse 3. By wisdom, a house is built, and through understanding, it is established. In real estate, wisdom is slowing down, asking questions, and making sure the foundation, both legally and physically, is solid. That's how you build real security in your home. So here's the takeaway. A home isn't just walls and a roof. It's one of the biggest investments of your life. Don't let a few skip steps cost you thousands of dollars. If you're buying, double check those permits. If you're selling, be transparent. Now, I want to hear from you. Would you walk away from a home if you found out that the kitchen was not permitted, even if it looked amazing? Or would you take the risk? Drop your answers in the comments. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe, because every week I will be sharing stories and tips to help you on your homeownership journey, so that whether you're buying or selling, you can move confident in today's housing market. Most of us are still learning, finding our way, and waiting for the right chance, because what happens next could change everything.